Good morning, third grade. I'm talking a little bit quietly because behind me, Tong Tong is fast asleep with Bingsu and Mokli. He really likes being here and playing with them. Okay, for class today, you need a pencil, a highlighter, your practice workbook, your workshop, and your vocabulary notebook. So make sure that you have these things now. Today, we're going to do a warm-up. We're going to practice our vocabulary words. We're going to write sentences from the workshops. We're going to copy our workshop sentences. Then we're going to practice using vocabulary and sentences and talk about homework. Okay, make sure you have all your supplies and let's get started. All right, our warm-up is the first thing today. I want you to open your workbook to practice page 48. And what you're going to do is answer all the questions on the page, the first 5, and then there's 6 more questions at the bottom. So this is what the page looks like. Now, these questions I know you can do. These ones at the bottom might be a little bit difficult, so I want you to just do your best, guess if you need to, and then come back here and we can check together. Okay, start your warm-up, please. Are you ready to check your work? Let's start with the first 5 questions at the top of the page. Number 1, you should have circled home and written it on the line. Home, the O is the long O sound. Number 2, cold. Cold is the answer because outside does not have a long O sound, but cold does. 3, coast. My aunt lives near the coast of California. Number 4, you should have circled and then written show. And finally, number 5, toe. Hopefully you didn't circle soccer because that has the short O sound. Okay, check your work, fix your mistakes. Next, let's look at questions 1 through 6 at the bottom. Now, if you missed these, it's okay. Some of them are kind of hard. After I tell you the answers, I'm going to show you pictures so you know what each of these words mean. Okay, let's start with number 1, homemade. The 2 words home and made come together to form the compound word homemade. Number 2, fishbowl. Number 3, overtime. Now, overtime has 2 meanings. It can mean working extra time at your job, or it can mean like extra time in like a soccer game, but overtime is a football game. Number 4, motorboat. Number 5, notebook. Number 6, scarecrow. So check your work, fix it if you got it wrong, and let's look at some pictures so we understand what these words mean. The first one is homemade. These pancakes are homemade, which means I didn't go and buy them at a store or I didn't go to a restaurant. You made it at home. Fishbowl. I cleaned my fishbowl. So this is a bowl that a fish lives in. Overtime, like I said, can have 2 meanings. If you work extra hours at your job, then that's called overtime. Motorboat. This is a motorboat. Notebook. We all know what notebook is. And the last one, scarecrow. A scarecrow is something that a farmer would put in their field to scare crows. Okay, I hope you did well on your warm-up. Please fix your mistakes, and don't worry if you got things wrong. It's okay, we're just practicing. Okay, now I need you to go to your vocabulary notebook, go to a new page, and make sure you have your highlighter and your pencil ready. Now, we are going to copy the words and definitions. After you copy the word, I want you to highlight the word, then write the definition. Number 1, carved. Cut something into a shape. Now, as I read, I just want you to listen, or you can repeat after me, but don't write yet until I show all the words. Clues. Hints that help solve a problem or a mystery. Grand. Great or large. Grand has 2 meanings. It can mean wonderful and great and beautiful, or it can mean really big. Landmark, an important building, structure, or place. Massive, very, very large. Monument, a building, statue, or other object made to honor a person. Now, the difference between landmark and monument is a landmark could be a really big tree, but a monument is always in honor of something. National, something that has to do with a country. Traces, small bits or signs left behind that show something was there. So the difference between clues and traces is a trace can be a clue. Does that make sense? I'll show you a picture later. A trace is something, but a clue could be lots of different things. A clue could be footprints left in the snow. A clue is like what detectives look for, and a trace is something that they find. Okay, so now what I want you to do, pause your video, copy the definitions and the words, and highlight these words. All right, open your workshop to page 84, and we are going to read the sentences together and look at some pictures that help us understand these words. Let me move there we go. Okay. Oops, oh my goodness. Okay, so starting with carved, listen carefully. A strong river carved this canyon out of rock. I'm reading the sentence from your workshop, page 84. Now, carved has many different uses. It could mean carve a pumpkin at Halloween, or like this person is doing, they are carving the wax out of a candle to make a design. So carved is just when you remove material from something. Okay, now all I want you to do is read along with me in your workshop and listen. You don't have to write anything. You don't have to do anything. Clues. These paw prints are clues that a dog walked here today. Now look at these clues on the screen. Are these clues that a dog walked here? No, these footprints are human. So we know this wasn't a dog, this was a human. But in your workshop, you can see those are dog paw prints. Ooh, here's an interesting fact. When you see animal paw prints on the ground, you know it's a dog if it has claw marks. So look in your book. Do you see at the tip of every toe, you can see how the dog's claws left a little bit of a mark? Cat paw prints don't do that because cat claws go up into their paw and dog paws their claws stay out. So that's how you can tell the difference between a cat paw print and a dog paw print on the ground. The dog paw prints always have claw marks. Just a little interesting interesting clue for you. Grand. Diane sat and gazed at the grand view of the river. Now, as you can see, I put a picture of the Grand Canyon. Remember, grand can mean great or large. I think the view from my apartment is really grand. Okay, landmark. The Statue of Liberty is an American landmark. Here's a funny video of a cartoon, and this is the Statue of Liberty right here. It doesn't actually go up in the air. It's just a cartoon. Now, a landmark is anything that makes something unique. So like I said, a landmark could also be a really big building or a really unique tree. Here, I put pictures of different important landmarks from different countries. It's not always a building. It can be a statue, just something that is unique to that place. Okay? Massive. Now, massive is very, very large. Let me read you the sentence. The boaters looked up at the massive stone cliff. You also can use massive as an exaggeration. This coat is massive. It means it's really big. My shoes are massive. They don't fit. Monument. This monument honors the leaders of our country. So the monument in your workshop is an American monument, but I wanted to show you monuments in Korea. This one is especially very touching. This monument is in Seoul, and it honors soldiers from the Korean War. The older brother is South Korea, and the younger brother is North Korea. So this monument is to soldiers in the war and to Korea. And this is another monument in Seoul. Have you been there? National. The 4th of July is a national holiday in America. Yesterday was Wednesday, and we had a national holiday. Everybody had off yesterday because it was a national holiday. National just means country. In this nation, this is everybody together, a nation, national. Okay, last one, traces. In the morning, we found traces or small amounts of snow on the plants. Now, this is from the movie Pocahontas, and he, the raccoon, is eating a biscuit, and he's leaving traces on the ground, as you can see, of little crumbs, and then he starts eating them. So traces are just small amounts of something. Now, later, if someone was looking for the raccoon, they would see these traces on the ground and think, oh, these are clues that he was here. He left these traces of a biscuit. But it looks like he cleaned them all up because he was so hungry. Okay, you should have all of your vocabulary words written in your notebook and highlighted, just the words. Go to a blank page and you are going to answer 3 questions. Question number 1, what do you think would make a grand view? To pause your video, copy the question down. What clues tell you that it might rain? Last question, what other landmarks can you name in Pohang? Now, if you're not really sure how to start answering these sentences, I'm going to give you some clues about how to answer these sentences. Number 1, my idea of a grand view is... Some clues that show it might rain are, and last one, Pohang has many landmarks, period. The blank is a landmark. Or you can list many. The blank is a landmark, this blank is a landmark, things like that. Okay, so I got you started so you know how to begin to answer these questions. But if you don't want to use my sentences, that's okay. So you can pause your video now and answer these questions, or you can come back and do this for homework later. I'll let it be your choice. Okay, let's talk about homework. If you didn't finish the page before writing the sentences, that's homework. So I want you to study for vocabulary and your spelling test that we will do tomorrow, okay? Now, it's not going to be a Kahoot game. It's going to be something that we do in class. Number 2, this assignment is not due until Sunday. It's not due this week. It's due before next week on Sunday. Explore Pohang. Take pictures of landmarks, and I added 2 more things, monuments or grand views that you see. So, explore Pohang. I don't want landmark pictures from Seoul or Gyeongju or just anywhere in Korea. I want you to try to find things in Pohang. If your parents are a little uncomfortable about going outside right now and they want you to stay home, you can do an internet search and try to find landmarks, monuments, or beautiful grand views in Pohang. You will have 3 pictures due by Sunday. Now, please do not take 3 pictures of the same thing, and please try to get 3 pictures of different things. So don't take 3 pictures of grand views. Try to find at least 1 landmark or 1 monument. Okay? All right, guys, that is your homework for today. Make sure that you're ready for spelling and vocabulary tomorrow. Your taking pictures in Pohang isn't due till Sunday. And if you didn't finish this during class, I would like you to finish it for homework, but it's not something that you're going to turn in. Repeat after me. I do not turn this in. This is just for you to practice, and I trust that you are doing it. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for paying attention, and I will see you tomorrow for our Friday classes. Bye.